Welcome to Sussex Ambassador Channel, your go-to source for all things Meghan Markle and the Sussex family. Today we delve into the unrelenting smear campaign that has been waged against Meghan Markle. A campaign that is as relentless as it is ruthless, led by none other than the UK tabloid media. We've all seen it, haven't we? The twisting of narratives, the out-of-context quotes, and the outright lies. All with one goal in mind: to tarnish the reputation of a woman who has dedicated her life to the service of others. A woman who has used her platform to uplift the voiceless, to drive meaningful change in our society. Yet, despite her unwavering commitment to these noble causes, she finds herself the target of a relentless smear campaign. The tabloids have been ruthless, haven't they? They've taken her words, twisted them, taken them out of context, and used them to paint a picture of Meghan that is far from the truth. They've manufactured lies, spun tales, and spread misinformation, all in a bid to discredit her and tarnish her reputation. But why? What could possibly drive them to such lengths? The sad truth is, they are not alone in this campaign. There is another force at work here, one that is perhaps even more shocking and heartbreaking. A betrayal from within her own family. A man who should have been her staunchest defender, her rock, her safe harbour in the storm, has instead chosen to align himself with those who seek to tear her down. This, dear listeners, is the unrelenting smear campaign against Meghan Markle. A campaign led by the tabloids, fueled by misinformation and lies, and sadly abetted by a member of her own family. And yet, through it all, Meghan remains steadfast, dedicated to her causes, and committed to making the world a better place. Yet, more shocking than the media's incessant attacks is a betrayal from within her own family. A father's role is often seen as a protector, a supporter, and an uplifter. Yet when we look at the actions of Thomas Markle, Meghan Markle's father, we see a stark departure from these ideals. Instead of standing by his daughter, he has chosen to align himself with those who seek to tear her down, a choice that is as baffling as it is heartbreaking. In an ideal world, a father would be the rock, the shield against the world's harsh realities. But for Meghan, this hasn't been the case. Thomas Markle has not been the protective figure he should be. Instead, he has willingly sat before cameras, feeding the controversy that seeks to undermine Meghan's every move. He has been the fuel to the fire of misinformation, adding to the noise rather than helping to quell it. One might ask, what drives a man to act in such a way? What causes a father to betray his own daughter in this manner? It's difficult to comprehend. Perhaps it's resentment, perhaps it's jealousy, perhaps it's a misguided sense of revenge. But whatever it is, it's a sad sight to behold, and the extent of his betrayal knows no bounds. Most recently, he has resorted to peddling a bizarre and unfounded lie about his own daughter's age, an act so desperate it exposes nothing but his own bitterness. A bitterness that has become his defining trait, overshadowing any semblance of fatherly love that should exist. But despite his actions, despite his constant attempts to mar her reputation, Meghan continues to rise above it all. She remains focused on her humanitarian work, refusing to be dragged into the mudslinging. She has shown time and time again that she is bigger than the controversy, bigger than the lies, and certainly bigger than the actions of a father who has lost his way. A desperate act that exposes nothing but his own bitterness. The bitterness of a man who has failed in his role as a father. A man who has chosen resentment over love, controversy over support, and lies over truth. It's a sad state of affairs indeed. While Meghan continues to thrive, her father seethes from the sidelines. Thomas Markle, a man whose name should be synonymous with love and protection, has instead become a symbol of resentment and bitterness. He stands not as a pillar of support, but as a force working against his own daughter's success. It is a sad spectacle, one that raises many questions about the man's motivations and character. This is a man who, rather than basking in the glow of his daughter's accomplishments, is consumed by a resentment so profound it has led him to undermine her at every turn. Where most fathers would swell with pride, he seems to shrink, becoming smaller with each of Meghan's achievements. One cannot help but wonder what drives a man to such depths of bitterness. What kind of father would rather see his child fail than succeed? In his relentless campaign to discredit Meghan, Thomas has shown a willingness to stoop to the lowest of lows. He has willingly participated in the public humiliation of his own daughter, feeding the media's insatiable hunger for scandal and controversy. The joy he seems to derive from this is as baffling as it is distressing. His actions are not those of a loving father, but of a man so embittered that he cannot bear to see his daughter outshine him. It's as if her success, her strength, her determination to make the world a better place are all personal affronts to him. And yet, in spite of his efforts, Meghan continues to rise. She remains focused on her goals, undeterred by her father's attempts to drag her down. She refuses to let his bitterness define her, and in doing so, she sets an example for us all. What kind of father revels in the public humiliation of his daughter? The answer is clear. It is a man consumed by bitterness, a man who has allowed resentment to cloud his judgment and warp his sense of love and duty. A man like Thomas Markle. The world sees Meghan for who she truly is. A beacon of hope, a symbol of resilience, a woman defined by her compassion, drive, and an unwavering determination to make a difference. She's a woman who, despite the relentless adversity, refuses to be silenced. Meghan Markle has taken the world stage not as a mere figurehead, but as a force of change, utilizing her influence to uplift the voiceless and to advocate for those marginalized by society. Meghan's compassion radiates through her philanthropic endeavors. She has consistently dedicated herself to charitable causes, using her platform to drive meaningful change. From her work with the United Nations to her advocacy for gender equality, Meghan's actions have shown her commitment to a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. Her drive is unmistakable. Meghan is not one to sit idle in the face of injustice. Instead, she has taken it upon herself to challenge the status quo, to use her voice to speak out against the injustices that plague our society. Her refusal to back down in the face of adversity is a clear testament to her strength and determination. And let's not forget, Meghan's refusal to be silenced. In the face of an ongoing smear campaign, she has stood her ground, refusing to let the lies and false narratives define her. She continues to speak her truth, undeterred by the attempts to silence her. While her detractors, including Thomas Markle, cling to their tired tactics of defamation, Meghan's legacy continues to be built on kindness, action, and integrity. They might try to tarnish her reputation, to discredit her work, to undermine her achievements, but their attempts are in vain. Meghan Markle is not defined by the lies of those who wish to see her fail. She is defined by her actions, by her commitment to making the world a better place, by her unwavering strength in the face of adversity. Their words will never define her. Meghan's legacy will continue to be built on the foundation of kindness, action, and integrity. A legacy that will stand as a testament to the true Meghan, a woman of compassion, drive, and unyielding resilience. Meghan's legacy will not be defined by the lies of a bitter man. Indeed, a legacy is not built on hearsay or the petty grievances of those who seek to undermine it out of jealousy or spite. Rather, it is built on the tangible actions one takes and the positive impact they have on the world. Meghan Markle's legacy, therefore, will not be crafted from the scandalous headlines of tabloids or the bitter words of her estranged father. It will be shaped by her compassion, her unwavering commitment to philanthropy, and her steadfast resolve to make the world a better place. In spite of the relentless smear campaigns and the attempts to discredit her, Meghan continues to rise above the noise. She remains dedicated to her humanitarian work, tirelessly striving to uplift those in need and to drive meaningful change. Her actions speak louder than any tabloid headline or spiteful comment could ever hope to. They are a testament to her strength of character, her integrity, and her unyielding spirit. In stark contrast, Thomas Markle's only claim to relevance is his betrayal of his own daughter. His actions expose a man consumed by resentment, who would rather feed into a media frenzy and tarnish his daughter's reputation than celebrate her accomplishments. Yet, his bitterness does not, and will never, define Meghan's legacy. His words are mere echoes in the wind, drowned out by the powerful voice of a woman who refuses to be silenced. Meghan's legacy will stand tall, built on the foundation of her kindness, her actions, and her integrity. It will be defined by her, and only her. No amount of lies or attempts to discredit her can shake the solid ground on which her legacy stands. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Until next time.